Hi guys, Paul Pluter on the Paul Pluter channel. Remember, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and please look in the description for 10 ways you can keep me full-time on YouTube. Quick wristwatch check. Breguet, Type 20, Aaron Vale, Omega Speedmaster, Man on the Moon. And I've got a very, very interesting request. Listen to this. This is from, who said this? NL Watches. Okay. Hi Archie, hope all is well. I am sending you $20 US and would like you to do a head-to-head video of VS video of your own collection in which you do an in-depth, as in-depth as 20 bucks gets, comparison of each watch against the others in your collection, ranking them from first to last. Wowzers! My own, I've never given it that much thought. And I got to tell you, this is going to be a very, very interesting review. Paid review of the Archie 6. The Archie 6. And let's jump straight in. So, without further ado, let's just pretend. Okay, we'll pretend it's Archie the punter. Dear Paul Pluter, I love your channel and enjoy your antics. My name is Archibald Chesterfield III, and I am a great lover of horology. I love luxury watches, and they form a large part of who I am as a person. My rules for wristwatches are simple. One brand per watch, i.e. only one Patek, one Rolex, only one of the brands I have. Okie dokie. Now, dear Archie, I have the following pieces. Very interesting. Drum roll. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okay, piece number 1 is my grail piece of a la resistance. It is a Patek Philippe 5110 World Time in yellow gold. I chose the yellow gold. Actually, it chose me, as I originally had the white gold version, but a punter decided to buy that off me, and I managed to buy the yellow gold version to replace it after I'd made some bucks. In hindsight, I actually prefer the yellow gold version, as it reminds me of the vintage Patek Philippe World Time from the 60s, which I think is killer. The 5110 was originally released in 2000. It ran into 2006, when it was replaced by the 5130, which was the 39.5mm size. However, purists love the purity of the 5110 dial. And history shows us that the 5130 was then replaced by the 5230, which reduced the size to 38.5. So I therefore think the 5110 at 37mm isn't too bad. It's the greatest bang per buck Patek World Time. It is a complication. It's more expensive than an annual calendar, and it's extremely iconic, because I love the iconic pieces. This is my holy grail, holy trinity, precious metal, luxury haute horology timepiece. I love this watch more than most bitches I have bedded. This watch means more to me than anything on planet Earth. Okay, next piece, number two. Number two is the Jaeger-LeCoultre. JJ-LeCoultre. Jaeger-LeCoultre, it's pronounced. Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande Date. I fell in love with this watch when I first saw it. The Reverso Grande Date is the perfect size, big and overbearing. It's made of steel, even though the steel is like chocolate as far as its scratch resistance. It has the leather strap, has the manual wind with the 8-day power reserve. Haute horology, Patek quality at a Rolex price. I love my JJ-LeCoultre. This watch is perfect for court appearances. It's perfect for wearing to a brothel. It's perfect for anything I can throw at it except going for sports, which I'm not into sport. I'm into fatness, not fitness. The Jaeger-LeCoultre has an interesting face. It has 2-disc date, power reserve, and sub-seconds on the front of the dial. And it's got a beautiful display. When you flip the baby around, you can see the beautiful display back. This is a piece worthy of haute horology. Jaeger-LeCoultre supplied makers like Patek, AP, and VC. I love this watch. It is who I am as a person, perfect size, and I love it to death. I've had this watch engraved to stop me flipping this piece because I am a flipper. Next piece, number three. Number three. This is a very cool piece. This is a Rolex Explorer 2. My first Rolex was a 1016 L serial number Explorer 1. But I sold that and upgraded to a President to go with my ego. I then missed my Rolex experience and wanted one badly. If I had the money at the time, I would have bought a Rolex Explorer 2. Pola! I love this watch with all my heart. It's absolutely great. I've got the solid end-link version, so no rattlesnake here. I got the super lume dial and the no-holes case with the flip-lock clasp. Even though the flip-lock does shit me off at times, I do believe it is the one to have. I love this watch. It means the world to me. I love this baby. It is probably the best bang per buck Rolex sports watch at the moment. It is the bastard child. For some reason, the Explorer 2 seems to have gone soft, but I ain't buying that softy serve there. I love this piece. I love it to death. It is the quintessential sports Rolex. It's waterproof. It's everything I love about the Rolex brand. It's also got fantastic recognition, which is very important to me. I love my Rolex. This is a watch that I could keep as a one-piece collection if circumstances bettered this calling in life, but I love it to death. My Rolex is who I am as a person. The next piece in my collection is my Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. The Man on the Moon. This is the most iconic sports watch, bar the Rolex Submariner. This is the watch that went to moon for you nasty Americaners. Manual wind. It features the 1861 movement, rhodium-plated version of the 861. This piece here comes on the fabulous Omega bracelet. It is a classic. It's an icon. It is absolute perfection. I love this piece more than most things in my life. The Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. Man on the Moon, the greatest sports watch. It is a fabulous watch. Rich and poor can enjoy this watch, although you'd probably have to be lower middle to be able to get this piece. My piece is box papers. I love my Omega Speedmaster. Man on the moon! Man on the moon! Iconic. It's honestly a great watch. I love the fact it has no date. It is manual wind, just set and wear. Pump and dump. This watch is perfect for cooking a steak, timing the steak, going to a brothel, a bordello, a place of ill repute. The Omega Speedmaster is the perfect watch for a individual like myself to wear. Omega, I love you, love you, love you. I love you forever. I love you, Omega. You are the greatest watch known to man there, and I love you, Omega Speedmaster. Man on the moon. Man on the moon. Great watch for a great person. The next piece in my collection, is the IWC. That's correct. I finally jumped in the IWC bandwagon. IWC. That's correct. My model is a 3227-01. It is the 42.5mm, really thick Ingenua. This is based on Jaeger-LeCoultre design. It has the classic bluey black dial, which is really black dial, but because of the anti-magnetic coating on the glass, it appears blue in certain conditions. This piece features IWC's in-house movement. That's right, the 80110 movement, which features the IWC pendulum winding system, as well as having an iron case around the movement to protect it from magnetic fields. The IWC Ingenua was a scientist's watch, hence the anti-magnetic feature on this watch here. The IWC punches way above its weight. Its rival is the Rolex Milgauss, but I love my IWC more. No crown guards, classic Jaeger-LeCoultre design. This piece is a piece of à la resistance. I paid high for this, but it came with full box papers, receipt, and recent IWC service. I love this piece to death. It's also brought me a lot of luck. When I've worn this watch, many good things have happened. Many good things have happened. That's correct. And I believe it's a bit of a talisman. The watch is very, very lucky for me to wear. I'll never sell this watch, as the luck it's brought me is quite fantastic. I love me IWC. My IWC is very important to me. It is the classic scientist watch, which I am a mad cut snake of a guy. So it's the perfect addition to my collection. I love the block hands. I love the dial with the I for IWC engraved as a pattern on the dial. I love the bracelet, the way you could easily remove and add links to it. The bracelet is a work of art. You want to look at the quality of a watch, look at the bracelet. The watch is absolutely beautiful. I love it to death, and I yearn for it most days when I'm not wearing it. The IWC is a fantastic watch at 42.5mm. The model after this, I think they lost it. So I love me IWC. Brings me to my final piece. This is a watch which is a bit of a double up because it's another chronograph. Forgive me if I have sinned. It is the Breguet Type 20. I am a pompous ass, and nothing says pomposity more than wearing a Breguet. Breguet is a traditional brand. Napoleon Bonaparte, Winston Churchill, Marie Antoinette, the Duke of Marlborough. The list goes on. The Shah of Iran, the King of Egypt, the brand of Breguet, the House of Breguet, quoted by poets like Pushkin and other social delights. Breguet, it's the ultimate watch there, the ultimate pilot's watch. The Type 20 was a specification from the French Naval Air Force, where they requested certain features, including the 39mm size, the flyback facility on the chronograph there. This piece is the latest addition to my collection. I would really love your opinion on this piece. Breguet is one of the leading brands. If it wasn't for the fact that they were French, it would be part of the Holy Trinity. Breguet, they invented the tourbillon. They invented so many firsts in wristwatches. Breguet is a great brand, and I think I'm buying into the Breguet cachet with this purchase. I love this watch with the highly polished case, the matte dial, lack of date. That's correct, Arch. I've gone for the Aran Veil, which has the no date feature. I love this watch to death. Please tell me what you think of my collection. Tell me some additions I should add. Tell me what you think of that. Well, Archie, I got to tell you, you got a very impressive collection there. Very, very impressive. I really do love your watches. And I got to tell you, you got some fantastic pieces. Fantastic pieces, and that is a very good sign. Cheers, Archie boy. You've got a great collection. Let's have a look at the ranking here. We've been paid by NL Watches to rank your collection. Without doubt, the piece of à la résistance is, of course, the World Time. I think that watch, precious metal, Patek complication, Patek Philippe. Did I mention it's a Patek? It's a Grand Classique from Patek Philippe. That would have to be number one. Number one, because that watch is just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Great piece. Big money, heavy hitting, magnificent complication. The World Time itself, how could you not love it? White gold, yellow gold, rose gold, or platinum. You can make no mistakes. This is a very, very cool piece. Did you go for the right metal? Who cares? It's a Patek World Time. It's a lovely piece. I think it's amazing. A dream piece. A Grand Classique from Patek Philippe. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, you're hitting a 10. That's a 10 on the golf course. So well done. That's a hole in one. So that's definitely number one by a long shot. Now, let's have a look at these other pieces here. What else have we got? I got to tell you, probably the next piece that I really, 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 really do like is your Jaeger-LeCoultre. It's Patek quality at a Rolex price. I'd have to give that slot number 2. It's a sports watch which has become the dress watch. The watch snob says the Reverso is the ultimate dress watch. You've done all the right things. Steel on a leather strap, manual wind. Steel on a leather strap, manual wind, grand size. Hey, display back. What more could you want? This piece is absolutely to die for. Fantastic 8-day power reserve. I just pity you when you need to service this baby. It ain't going to be cheap, Archer boy. But what a wonderful piece to have, to behold, and to love. So I definitely give that slot number 2 in our collection here. Fantastic piece. You could just wear that for the rest of your life and be happy. The third piece. Well, I think the third piece for number 3 slot is the IWC. That's correct. Why do I say that? Well, I say that for this reason. The IWC itself, when they were designing the 3227-01, they made the plan of shooting above Rolex sports watches. So they priced it $500 to $1,000 more than a Rolex sports watch. But they were providing AP quality. They wanted to bash AP Royal Oak, the 15400, actually probably 15300 at the time. They wanted to beat the shit out of the 15300. And I think with the IWC Ingenua 3227-01, they achieved it. Gerald Genta design, classic 12 and 6 numerals, date at 3, pendulum winding system, protection from the Gaussers. That's correct. This is a anti-magnetic. This is what the Ingenua was always meant to be. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. So well done on that piece there. That is definitely number 3. It uses the in-house, a little bit of controversy because the 80110 movement was based on a base plate. They didn't even use the base plate. They based it on a base plate for a 7750, but it's not a 7750 movement. This is an in-house IWC movement. The thing about IWC is they are a Swiss. They're in Switzerland, but they're in the German part of Switzerland. Suffenhausen, that's right, because they're Germans. That's why the Germans love IWC, and I can see why. I think that is one of the greatest bang per buck watches of all time. Lovely dial, lovely case, lovely bracelet. The list just goes on. That is a superb piece. Absolutely well designed, well thought out. I don't know why it wasn't a commercial success, unfortunately. The IWC Ingenua 3227-01 was not a commercial piece. It was success because it was too expensive. What did they do after that? They reduced it to 40 mil, took the anti-magnetic and put an ETA movement in. Oh, shit. Yes, they did. So I really think your IWC, the 3227-01, is the one to have. So you've got to be very, very happy. Okay, number 4. What would I rank as number 4 in your collection, Archibald? I tell you one thing for sure. I would rank the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. That is one of the greatest sports watches of all time. The movement, the history, the story. Oh my God, this is a 1950s watch which has survived the test of time. This is a piece for the true horological expert and fan. This ain't no normal Omega chronograph. No, this is very special. This uses a movement which has been used in many other bases of other watches. This is a high-grade watch. The Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. The moon race. They wouldn't have gone there without the Omega. The greatest sports watch of all time. It is so many accolades you can throw at this piece. This is absolutely stunning. Absolutely amazing piece. So what do I say? That Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. Man on the Moon. That's one of the greatest watches to have. Great entry-level pricing. This is a watch that's affordable as a first piece to a lot of people in the collecting community. However, you can't be a serious watch collector if you don't have an Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. Man on the Moon. You need one. You need one, suckers. That's right. You need one. The 5th position, which one do we go to? I'd have to award it to the Rolex Explorer 2. That's correct. That is classic Rolex. It's probably the best Explorer 2 in the 40 mil range size because it's got the last inversion of the movement there, although I suspect yours is a 3185 movement, not the 3186, but let's not discuss that on the channel. No rattlesnake horror stories with that bracelet. Super loom, no holes case, flip lock. What more could you want there? Classic Rolex sports watch, and on the second-hand market. That is one of the best secrets of all time. Bang per buck. You can't go wrong with the Explorer 2. Polar, what a cool thing. You're able to wear a white-dialed sports watch. Geez, if you did that in Panerai, you'd be lynched. That's correct. The Panerais with white dials are really, really shit to sell. But you've got it on the Explorer 2. Let's keep it at that. That's a great piece. Lovely comparison. Lovely piece. Absolutely love it to death. You're a very lucky boy to have that one there. So I think realistically, the Explorer 2 is the greatest GMT watch. Well, the GMTs, the Batman. Well, I got to tell you, bang per buck. Let's do this. Bang per buck. 40 mil size. You can't go past the Explorer 2. I love the fixed bezel. Do you any of you people out there actually can use a 24-hour dial? Very hard to read, like the Cosmonaut by Breitling. You know, very hard to read, 24-hour time. Not many people can do that. So having a fixed bezel and Explorer 2 is a great way to crack that nut. Great way to crack the nut, guys. Great way. And I got to tell you, that is a great sports watch to behold. It is a great sports watch to behold, to love, to cherish, to worship, to just absolutely have. This is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2.